The following program contains scenes with coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Coming up on Dust Up.
Got a real vibration up here.
If you hit the big trees, they'll probably win.
It's going to be a bumpy day, I think.
It was close to exceeding the limitations of that airplane.
At 100 mile an hour, that takes nerve.
The days are getting shorter and the nights colder here in northern Saskatchewan. Record rainfall has made this summer one of the toughest for the farmers here, and one of the busiest for crop dusters like Nipawin's own, Brennan Jardine. This is one of the most stressful times for farmers. During pre-harvest, timely crop spraying is critical.
Got the wheels into the wheat there.
But Brennan is seriously short-handed.
Now I'm just a one-man show, doing everything myself, right?
He has no ground crew, and without one, he can't possibly keep up with demand.
I have to get a solid ground crew, like probably 2 people that are just ready to rock and roll all the time, right?
The ground crew handles the loading and fueling of the plane and keeps all the records. They're the key to getting the job done on schedule.
They're thinking about what's next, so they're ready for you, just like a race car, right? Like a pit crew. If I have a good ground crew, I can maximize the efficiency with that one airplane.
If Brennan doesn't find some help, crops and farmers will suffer. Finally, he lucks out.
Hey, what do you think, Hulk?
Rick Harvey, a.k.a. Hulk, comes to Brennan's rescue.
We'll do a little road trip today, take you around and show you where we're going to be spraying out of.
Okay.
I fly, you drive. Fire the airplane, I'm going to turn it into the wind.
No, okay.
He may be green, but the Hulk has shown up just in time.
Hello. Oh, I'm just getting organized. Well, Rick can help me tomorrow.
But the next morning,
Senor Rick, where are you?
the Hulk is late.
I got to get to work here, and I needed you to drive that truck today, right?
Very late.
Yeah, Hulk, is Brennan calling here again? I hope everything's okay. Just wondering what's going on here.
Brennan waits him out.
If you can't make it, at least give me a call and let me know. Yeah, Hulk, where the are you? I got to get to work here, man.
The Hulk never shows.
I'm going to get a ground crew from Argentina. This.
Brennan reaches out to his family.
I left a message with Shannon last night.
Sister Shannon is Brennan's ace in the hole,
Oh, so she's probably not going to be helping me then.
but she's working for the competition.
Oh, it's busy there.
Brennan's father, Bud Jardine.
It's a beautiful crop, I can honestly say it's the best crop I've had for over 30 years.
In a desperate year for most farmers, Bud Jardine is one of the lucky ones. He's on the brink of harvesting a bumper crop of wheat worth $100,000. But every precious stalk of it could be lost overnight. It's happened to Bud before.
Last year, I lost over half of it. If I'd have started a decade earlier, I'd have got it all off.
Bud needs his crop sprayed with a chemical called a desiccant. Just one application and the wheat dries out, making it much less vulnerable to a killing frost.
The more moisture that comes out of it, the drier it gets, the harder it gets, and then the frost can't hurt it.
With an early frost predicted, all the farmers in the area are scrambling to get their crops desiccated.
Think you can get to yours in time?
God help those who help themselves.
Lucky for Bud, he doesn't have to take a number to get his crop sprayed.
The only reason I started crop spraying because I couldn't get anybody to spray my crop.
He's what's known in the trade as a flying farmer. After World War II, a surplus of military training planes meant anyone could buy and outfit a spray plane on the cheap, whether they were skilled pilots or not. By 1950, so many crop dusters were dying on the job that Transport Canada imposed safety inspections and required crop dusters to be certified as air operators. But Bud is an exception to that rule. A flying farmer is a pilot who's permitted to spray within a 25-mile radius of his own farm. Travis Carley, Nipawin's up-and-coming crop duster, has no air operator certificate. He's technically a flying farmer, restricted to his own backyard, but he's about to push his luck. Travis is heading to the town of Wynyard, 170 kilometers away.
Down south was a crisis, and the farmers were screaming for planes.
Wynyard has its own local sprayers, but none of them have time for farmer Ron Kazmar.
He was getting bounced around from plane to plane to plane, and then everybody was so busy that nobody could get to him. So I went down there.
Travis has arrived just in time to save Ron's crop, but that doesn't make him welcome here. Just as he's preparing to spray, Travis is blindsided by a call from Transport Canada.
Okay.
Someone has blown the whistle.
I got a call and he said, this is such and such from Transport, pack up your stuff. So I'm like, well, what do I do?
Spraying Ron Kazmar's crops now would mean big trouble for Travis.
They can fine you up to $5,000 per quarter.
That's over $30,000 in fines. Travis has no choice but to leave Ron Kazmar high and dry. But Travis won't go down without a fight. He heads back to Nipawin and plans to return with an air operator certificate. Back at the Jardine farm, Bud has just begun spraying his wheat crop when trouble strikes.
I got a real vibration up here.
The engine's still running, but poorly.
It's my magneto that's causing it.
Even though his airstrip is just below, Bud rolls the dice and heads instead for the airport, where he can get the plane checked quickly. If all goes well, he can fix the plane and spray his wheat before the day's over. It's a short hop, but the engine gets worse. And it's too late to turn back. With his engine failing, Bud is making a beeline for the Nipawin airport. With 40 years of flying under his belt, Bud can read the sound of his engine like a book. The problem is a failing mag, or magneto.
If my mag packs up, I'm going to go down. There's no question about that.
Magnetos are simple generators that make the electrical current needed to fire the engine's spark plugs. The engine can run on one of the two mags at about 80% power, but if both mags quit working, the engine stops dead. Bud's engine holds out long enough to get him safely on the ground. Shannon is waiting for him at the airport.
What the hell?
Meg.
Oh my God.
This isn't the first time Bud's Pawnee has had this problem.
Doug, they're playing our tune again.
Now what did you bring?
The mag. And it actually wants to shut the airplane right down this time,
The mag that just failed was a replacement itself, installed only days ago.
We're running out of mags.
Magneto can pack up at any time, but I've been having an excessive amount of magnetos packing up this year. I better start checking to see if anybody's taking out life insurance on me around here.
While Bud oversees the repair, Shannon tends to business.
First message. Yeah, Bob Reed here. Anytime you want to spray this canola, we're ready here. We've got chemicals, we've got water, whatever you want. Let me know. Bye. End of message.
Oh dear.
Farmer Bob Reed is a loyal friend and customer.
I better tell Dad.
It's a dilemma Bud knows all too well. Spray his own crops or look after his neighbors.
You said, they'll have the water truck out there?
The neighbors always come first. Bud's plane is airworthy again, but his prized wheat crop is going to have to wait.
Okay.
In his desperate search for a ground crew,
Hi, Sean. I've been kind of running a one-man show here.
Brennan has finally scored.
You bet. Bye. My son Sean decided to come up and spend a few days before he went back to university and give me a hand on the ground.
I haven't worked with him for over 2 years, but I just came up here to help him finish up the season.
When he was younger, he worked with me for 2 summers. Now he's coming back as an adult. I'm still his dad, but more as a man-to-man basis.
It's a new day for father and son.
See that, Sean? That's your perfect start to a morning when the sun's just coming up and you're taking off. And it's the nicest part of the day, right?
Brennan's making up for lost time now that he finally has a ground crew.
Good morning.
Even though 2 of them are children.
Sean, you can kind of coordinate with them.
To help Sean, he's recruited the kids of a local farmer.
So I had Amber and Brandon come out. And yeah, we were rocking. For efficiency, when you go to do the windows, it's probably better to grab the pledge and the rag and put it up there. Like, I'm a high maintenance guy, right? I need a whole village.
In the early days of crop dusting, ground crews held flag markers in the fields so pilots could see where they'd sprayed and where they hadn't. Today, the flagmen have been replaced by GPS systems that enable the pilot to use precise coordinates to keep track of where he's sprayed. Brennan is off to a strong start, but the wind is picking up.
My goal this morning is to make 1,300 acre day, but, you know, Mother Nature's in charge. Hopefully that wind won't get too strong. It's going to be a bumpy day, I think.
Brennan's customer was not expecting him to fly in these conditions. He watches in awe.
He's only 2 or 3 feet off the crop. At 100 mile an hour, that takes nerve. And if anybody's not impressed, they should take a turn in the cockpit.
When it's windy like that, that's when you have to get down low, and that's when it's tougher, right? Because it's trying to throw you into the crop. My head at times will actually hit the window. It can get quite violent.
This is why we hire the pros.
But this pro may be pushing his luck. The wind is even stronger than Brennan bargained for.
It was so strong that it was close to exceeding the limitations of that airplane.
Soon, Brennan and his plane will be on the ground. One way or the other. While his customer and young ground crew look on, Brennan fights a deadly wind to get his spray plane back on the ground.
A couple gusts came along, I held it off. As soon as the one gust came down, I set it down on the ground and tried to keep it straight, and it was skidding on the gravel, and it was trying to steer into the ditch. It wasn't good.
It's at moments like this that years of practice pay off.
Oh, I think that's her. Amber and Brandon have seen me fly lots, and so has Sean, and they said they'd never seen me land an airplane like that.
Overdo landing there, right? Thought you were going to lose it when you're going sideways.
Brennan has made an impression on his son.
I was thinking about getting my pilot's license and see if it's for me, keep the family tradition alive.
But by the afternoon, Sean has begun to lose focus.
He wanted to bring the football out, and I said, well, no, you're not going to bring the football out on the job.
You got to hide the football, though. Don't want the pilot seeing, he'll get angry.
And then, pretty soon, we ran out of gas that time.
What are you doing?
We're running a little low.
Then Sean messes up again.
You could give Carl Olson a call, and if he wants to come out here, he can.
Sean makes the call to the wrong farmer.
Did you ask Keith to come over here?
Yeah, isn't that what you said?
No, I said Carl, not Keith.
Oh, well, I heard Keith.
You could give Carl Olson a call.
I said Carl Olson, that's who I wanted here.
And you never said that?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
So we got an issue.
Not what I heard.
Well, you didn't listen.
Sean's mistake puts Brennan in an awkward position.
Hey, Keith. Not bad, you?
How's there?
Oh, not too bad. Sorry, there's a little misunderstanding here. I was going to get Carl to come here.
Oh.
Neither Brennan nor the farmers can afford to lose time, not at this time of year.
If that happens very often, pretty soon they'll just phone a ground rigger, they'll do it themselves.
I'll get out of your way.
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks, Keith. Yeah, okay, we'll talk to you later.
You're not sure, you know what I mean?
Well, I was pretty sure, but based on what I thought I heard.
The new mag in Bud's plane is performing perfectly. He makes good time getting to the next spray job, but with no airstrip nearby and only narrow tree-lined side roads, Bud opts for the dramatic method, landing on the highway. Farmers Bob and Ryan Reed are already at the site and eager to get started.
I want to get this done as quick as we can. The canola's ready to be swathed now.
Bob's hunch is the first frost may catch farmers by surprise and come early.
How many liters do you take?
310.
I'll be sitting at the far west side of the quarter and you spread from the west to the east.
The farmer's urgency suits Bud just fine. His wheat fields are waiting up north, and he's counting on spraying them as soon as he's finished here. The air is calm. Bud may have finally gotten the break he needs. Every successful pass on the Reed's crops brings Bud closer to spraying his own.
Okay, Bob.
Old Jardine, he's in his 70s, still doing this. Pretty good.
Bud fills the Pawnee's chemical tank one last time.
And that's her. That's the last one.
That's the last one.
Good. We're done.
But this load isn't for the Reed's crops. Bud plans to fly straight to his wheat field and get it sprayed before sunset, without skipping a beat. While flying over the dense Torch River forest, one of Bud's mags fails again.
That was not a good feeling when you know you only got one mag left. Timber is not very forgiving. If you hit the big trees, they'll probably win.
The airstrip is in sight, but Bud was planning on spraying, not landing. He's got about 700 pounds of chemical at his feet.
Landing with full load is not something that we prefer to do. That's a lot of weight, especially on a short runway.
Bud makes his final approach. His remaining mag is in trouble.
We're just going up over the farm, and it was like a rifle shot. The airplane just started to vibrate like all the pistons flew out of it.
With a combination of luck and skill, the veteran crop duster eases the plane back down to earth. Bud has dodged a major bullet.
Could you hear it backfire from here?
Yeah.
But his precious wheat is still in jeopardy. Bud won't be spraying his crops, or flying at all, until his plane is repaired. Nearby, Brennan is back at full throttle. Amber and Brandon have gone home, leaving father and son on their own.
What are you doing? Why are you changing your routine? You're f***ing up the system here, so don't change it. I don't care, don't change it.
Every one of Sean's mistakes has an impact on a desperate farmer.
This is where we're losing time. I know, but you got to know this shit. Like right now, it's time we can be spraying, because he's got nothing but time to think about. He should be organizing me instead of me micromanaging him, right?
But the mistakes Brennan could see turn out to be the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, what was the date on that one?
I don't have it on here.
Okay, do you have land locations?
I didn't have land locations that day.
Well, this isn't good, because I'm counting on you from the day that you got there, and I said, this is what I want. Your record should be just deadly accurate, right?
The ground crew's records are all that tell Brennan how much to bill his customers.
Pardon my language, but this is me up, eh? I can't go collect money from these guys like that. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And then you leave, and I got nothing, right?
The timing couldn't be worse. Brennan is trying to recover financially from his crashed plane.
This me up. That's what it does. No, but this can cost me thousands of dollars and cost me customers. It's like
too much headache.
Too much headache. It's
well,
like these guys are.
Tuesday there was no flying, so that's simple. I did a good job there.
If he can't keep his mind ahead of the airplane on the ground, he'll never make it as a crop duster. He needs to be able to focus, and if not, I think it's better that he doesn't fly it.
Brennan Jardine has given his son an ultimatum. It's time for Sean to shape up. But instead, Sean is shipping out. He's cutting his visit short and heading back to university.
I'm going to leave my bus ticket.
Okay. He was planning on sticking around, and then the 11th hour he says he's taking off. So that kind of left me in a pickle, right? I guess I better let you go then, and I'm gonna try and go do some spraying. See if I can find another ground crew or whatever. And
Gotta get on the bus.
okay, well,
Yeah, why not? Go on, hug.
you better behave now.
You too.
I'll try. You know, even though I'm a little pissed off at him, give him a hug and told him I loved him. Hey, get going, you brat. You big brat.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Best.
What I've tried to do is look at Where my dad did okay with me, maybe I do some of that with my son. And where he didn't, then I try not to repeat that. So I'm trying to break that cycle.
Oh, there's Doug. Oh, sweet.
At Bud's farm, mechanics Doug and Milt check the plane and confirm it's another failed magneto.
How many bags do I have to go through before this thing will fly again?
The question is moot. There are no spare magnetos, not in Nipawin or anywhere nearby.
None in Winnipeg.
Having a brand new mag shipped in would take days. Then, a solution emerges right under Bud's nose. His backup, Pawnee.
We're going to run to the mag. I know it works.
The plane is out of commission, but there's nothing wrong with the magnetos.
At least that'll get us in the air.
Nature and machine have given Bud Jardine a run for his money. But once again, he's prevailed.
Spraying my own crop, it's a good feeling. I just hope that we get some time to harvest it.
In a matter of days, the wheat will be ready for harvest. Until then, it's at the mercy of Mother Nature. And as every farmer knows, until the crop is off the field, anything can happen.
A little luck, we'll have it all off. You always got hope.
It's too windy to spray. And do you have a copy of last week's Sun here?
There it is. Wearing a nice blue t-shirt. I'll give him that.
I advertise, and then he'll come up with ads, and just about everything I do, Travis will do it.
Pretty convincing. I almost want to call.
Yeah, I'm thinking I should call him myself. That's who I'd call. Yeah.